Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday, the 22nd of December. Back again, we've got new mods and we have some updates. The updates are as follows. From top left, the Grosseto Pack by DD Mod Passion, the Transport Trailer 25 metre by Senior VertexZT Modding, the John Deere 8000 Container Carrier by Shaba VSR Modding Sir, the Old Styled Farmhouse with Barn by DMI 20mm Normandy, the Machine Shed with Workshop by Ref Farmer DMI 20mm Normandy, and the Placeables Solar Panels by Mech Mods have all had updates today. Right in front of me, then, we've got the Brick Shed. This is 3.96 megabytes download, 15 slots on console. This is by FS19. As you can see, it's a shed made of brick. Nicely detailed, nicely textured. For small to medium machinery, I would suggest, but if you want to put larger stuff in there, be my guest. The detail is very, very good. This you'll find under placeables, under sheds. There you go, 6,200 to buy. And like I said, 15 slots for the first one. That's by FS19. Moving on, we've got this. This is the Deutz-Fahr D1606, 16,006, however you want to refer to it. This is by Vectorman. It is 16.23 megabytes download, 18 slots on console for the first one. As far as I understand it from reading the blurb in the description, this came off the back of, it was originally a wheel loader for construction with the engine behind, the cab but all the gubbins all facing this way. Then it was decided to go from construction into agriculture. It was swung around. So the cab was switched round, engine there, and then used for agricultural use. But they didn't sell that many of them. Nice looking mod. Not too expensive either. I think it's 160 horsepower, but it's only about 40 grand, I think it is. We will have a look in more detail. Obviously, that's kind of the point of doing this. But yeah, very nice. Quite a few options available. That one's with lizard tyres. That one's with, I think, the Trelleborgs on twins, as you can see. That one's covers off, that one's covers on with decals. Obviously no cab. But this you'll find under vehicles, under medium tractors. There you go, 45,000 for the base model. We can change the rim colour. Let's try and zoom in a little bit, shall we? That's better. Rim colour to either grey or black, like so. Main colour, we can have black, orange, industrial yellow, or the green, like so. And then wheel brand, we've got lizard or we've got Trelleborg. Under lizards, we've just got those standard tyres. Under Trelleborg, we've got standard or twins. Those are the options. Then you've got motor covers, yes or no. And then you can have with decals. So motor covers, yes, with decals or off. Then cabin, yes or no. With the cabin, you get 2 beacons. Without the cabin, you don't have beacons at all. And then attachers around the back here. We've got a standard trailer attacher like so, or 3-point link for an extra 3,500. Bringing the total up with a few changes to 51 grand for a 160 horsepower tractor. Runs at 15 miles an hour. That wasn't the one I was intending to get in, but never mind. Lights. On. Now it's a little bit slow on the turns. Not too badly, but the slower you go, the slower it is on the turns, because obviously it requires the horsepower, so it's not too bad like that. You do get a bit of tilt, as you can see. It's not designed to be hooned round corners, is it? Everything's spinning in the middle there. universal joints going, and that's great. Very nice indeed. First person, very flat steering wheel. Very nice. We'll have a look at the other one, just so you can see the first person view from in cab. And obviously this one we can have beacons as well. Very nice indeed. So there we go. That's the Deutz-Fahr D16006 by Vectorman. Moving on from there, we're going to have a look at the Rabe Bluebird 3000. I think this one I got the 3-point link, I did. Which is this one just here. This is a cultivator. This is 14.58 megabytes download, 10 slots on console. This is by VertexDezign. There's quite a few options available on this one, hence the megabyte download. The slot count isn't too high. Often you find with a high megabyte download comes a high slot count. I think the high megabyte download is because of all the options and stuff available. So this you'll find under tools, under cultivators. There you go on the end, the Bluebird 3000, 4,570 by 3 meter width, requires 90 horsepower to pull, and will run at 11 miles per hour. Options available. The frame stays in the Rabe blue, but we can change the main colour to black, which has the basket section on the back. Then design colour changes the tines, coulters, all the various different bits like that. So it's up to you what you want to go with. So then we can have spring tines on the centre section. We've got a front section with the coulters, middle section in the roller cage. So the spring section with shields, discs and shields, all back to spring tines. So it does the middle section. Then the front, I think, is that one old and new. That's the decals, old and new. Then design is the front section with the coulters. We've got GH or GHF, I think is just the height, isn't it? With the spring sections on that as well. Like so. You can have it without warning signs, with warning signs and lights, and off again. And then we've got cage roller on the back, tooth packer, double cage roller, back to single cage roller. So quite a few options. Now what I'm going to do is just open up my help menu, because, yeah. Well, that's weird, because I thought... Oh, there we go. Unfold cultivator puts those sides down. There we go. So if you haven't got those side skirt bits on, it won't have that option. Let's lower the cultivator. And there we go. But this option here, it just raises and lowers it just a little bit more. So I guess in the real world, if you want to get a little bit more depth on the front section, you raise and lower that, which brings the front section into the ground a little bit more. I mean, realistically, in-game and on console, it's not going to make any difference adjusting the depth, but you can adjust it if you want to. So there you go. That's the Rabe Bluebird 3000. That's by VertexDezign. Next up, we have got, I'm going to use this as well, or again, or whichever you want to look at it, is the VSRTech 360. And this is a light rig, and it's a weight, kind of, with 360-degree lights. So what I'm going to do is from the top just show you the lights on the Deutz-Fahr. So that's the lights we get on the Deutz-Fahr as standard. So what we'll do is swing around to the back here, and we've got this to crouch down to look at. VSR technology. This is the 360, and it's a light rig. Now there are loads and loads of options for this. Agco option, sour weight option, and then we've got pickup options. I think I went for one Agco and one pickup, and they've both options have attached to this. That one's just got a front trailer hitch. That's the 3-point link. I don't know if the options make a huge amount of difference. They seem to hook up on both these anyway, because I thought, oh, maybe the pickup one will only work on pickups, but it seemed to work no problem at all. Anyway, this you'll find under tools and miscellaneous. There you go, right on the very end. 450 to buy. 4.41 megabytes download. 5 slots on console. This is by Vanquish081 VSR Modding Sir. Options available. We can change the design colour, like so, which does the top section. The main colour, like so, which does the bottom section. We can mix and match or do them all the same, it's up to you. And then, like I say, I think it's just down to the weight it adds, but we've got an Agco 650, Agco 1100, Agco 1500, Agco 2300. Then it goes to a sour 700. I'm assuming that's just the weight in the bottom section. 1600 to 2400, then pick up 900, pick up 1150, pick up 1800, back to Agco. And I picked 2 at random just to see if it would make any difference. It doesn't seem to have done, but so then what will happen is, if I hook up to the back on that one, which one was that one? Oh, just it says VSRTech 360. And now I turn my lights on. That's the regular lights. Then we do that. Look how much out and about that lights up. What I can do if I want to is put another one on the front and go really over the top. So that's without, that's normal, and then that is what it changes it to. Now it's fantastic, and I get the point that if you want 360 degree lighting, or at least better lighting when you're working in the field, that's fine. But I suppose the question is then, can you hook something else up to this when you've got it attached? So let's see if we can attach the cultivator on. Because if we can, see what I'm going to do is drop that one off. Yeah, that's not bad at all then, is it? If you can still add stuff around it and it puts that 360 degree light still out, how it attaches all around that I really don't know, but it works. I would imagine the equipment is blocking it a little bit. Not by a lot though. Very nice indeed. Very handy bit of kit. And that's one of those ones I'm sure that people will be fiddling around with and trying to work out all the various different things it hooks up to, what will also then hook up to it, through it, around it. Because it does appear to be blocking a load of stuff, but it did seem to still hook up. I don't know. The wizardry and magic of farming simulator physics. Moving on from there, we have got, not this, that's something else, that's the I can't remember, SX, something like that. We've got this here. This is the TCM Runner Pack. This is by TCM. 4.92 megabytes download. We have got the transporter section, low loader section there. And then we've got this one here, which is a grain transport, grain and transport. So we can put grain in it, but we can also open the back doors and you can put stuff in it as well. Now in this configuration you don't get straps, but that configuration we do get straps. So what I did do, as I often do with these, with low loaders, I put something on the back of it, gave it a bit of an acceleration, jammed on the brakes to see what would happen. The lock-in script works very, very well on this. The Land Rover did not move at all on the back of that. It was absolutely perfect. So what we'll do is hook it up, and you'll see when we lift it up as well, the angle that tilts up at, and that Land Rover doesn't shift at all. pick up a bit of speed. There's a bit of tilt, but you'd expect that, especially going around the corner. That's more the Land Rover than the vehicle. Let's suspension on that, and then jam the brakes on. No movement at all on there, and the same with unloading. Whole thing tilts. Now it does have straps on, as you can see. If you take the straps off, it's not the straps that are holding it in place. It is the lock-in script on that. Then we can take that and just drive straight back. That's very nice indeed. So then the other one is the grain one. I'll disconnect that. I'll have a look at these installed in just a second. I've just suddenly realised this is another one, considering we weren't supposed to be getting any more mods. We've got loads today. Loads of buildings. It's weird how some days you get loads of vehicles and equipment, other days loads of buildings. Today it's a buildings day. So I switch to the container, then do unfold container. I can open the back doors like so, and I could have done that on the ground, so I could have put something in it. But like I say, there are no straps, but you could have put something in, then close the doors like so. Unloading. Oh, that's just like a tipper when it's on the back of there. Doors open and it will tip. And you've got a few different options for capacity. The actual size doesn't change, but the capacity does, which does beg the question. I don't know, why would you want to, if you can go for the maximum capacity, why would you necessarily want to have less capacity in it? I don't know. I mean, that's just the way my mind works looking at it. So these you'll find. The first one is under, where was it? I think it was under miscellaneous actually. Yeah, there you go. So the TCM transporter, 3,700 to buy, and that was 7 slots. No, that was 5 slots, sorry. It's only 5 and 7. It's not a huge amount of difference between, but that was 5 slots. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette, and there are a load of different options available. Faded colours, and then, you know, safety yellow and things like that. Nice bright colours. The wood effect still stays in the middle. Then we got option of standard with a rear ramp, with side stakes and ramps, and then off again. So we've got a few different options you might want to go for. It doesn't have to be for vehicles. You can put pallets, bags, anything you like on that. That's entirely up to you. And then the other one is found under tools and trailers. Pretty sure it was. There you go. Grain and transport tipper, 5,600, and that one is 7 slots. It takes pretty much everything. We can change the main colour again to anything on that palette, and as the same as before, there are loads to choose from. Then you can have it without warning signs or with warning signs, and those on the doors. So you can't quite see them on here, but they are round on the back of the doors. And then you've got capacity, 30,000 litres, 20,000 litres, 15, 10, back to 30. So at 10,000 litres it's no extra cost. It does start on the largest capacity. But yeah, this, you know, gives you a few options of what you want to do with it. I haven't noticed any movement. I did bring some grain out in it to tip into one of the, or some straw I think it was. There wasn't any movement, but again there are loads of IT runner options this can work in conjunction with. Sometimes you get a mod conflict, sometimes they don't like certain things, and there are loads of IT runner options available as it stands at the moment. But there you go, that's the TCM runner pack by TCM. Moving on from there, we'll have a look at this one. This is the Reisch RTWK 200 AS 700. This by Agrartechnik Nordeifel, 23.7 megabytes download, 22 slots on console. I think this goes up to a 38,000 litre. Standard size, doesn't have the extension boards on top, then the extension boards. This takes everything I think as well. And with the silage extension boards it still takes everything too. Another nicely detailed mod from Agrartechnik Nordeifel. We can have tip rear, tip grain door. This you'll find under tools and trailers. There you go. 46,000, yeah, 38,300 litres. This, yeah, 22 slots for the first one. So we can change the main colour to red or grey from the green. We can have standard for no extra money, 25,000 litre capacity, or extension 38,300. Then we've got Wheelbrand, Nokian, Lizard and Backian. Under Nokian, no options, just a standard tyre. Under Lizard, we've got standard and Backian. One's just a little bit smaller than the other, like so. Then design is the decal colour. We've got red or black. Those are the options available on there. Actually, you know what I should have done? I meant to check in standard configuration, is there a cover option? No, there's not. Sometimes as soon as you switch it over into a large, like with side extensions, you lose the option for cover, but it doesn't. I thought I'd better check that just to be on the safe side. Unloading. Nice smooth animation. Fairly high tip. Lights. Indicators. There's no low down beacon or anything like that. And there you go. That's the Reisch RTWK 200 AS 700 by Agrartechnik, Nordeifel. Moving on from there, we have got, let's go for these. We've got this. This is the Christmas Market Trees pack. This by OmaTana, 3.32 megabytes download. We've got 4 things in this pack. We've got the Christmas tree market. So you come and you choose your Christmas tree and buy a Christmas tree. Now you can't actually pick a Christmas tree, but there are 3. We've got one here which is decorative. We've got one here that is passive income. So if you place that, you get paid per hour, and it is 60 on easy, 40 on normal, 20 on hard. Or we've got this one here, which is a wood sell point. Each one of those is 6 slots. So this one you can bring your logs, lumber, whatever, and you can actually make a bit of money returning your old Christmas trees. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? To go through the wood chipper. Anyway, and then we've got the Christmas tree, which is this one just here. That's also that's not 6 slots. That's 4 slots. So 6 slots for each of those. 4 slots for the Christmas tree, nicely decorated with lights and gingerbread men. The great thing is as well, you can come up and you can take a present and you can nick off with it if you want a present from around the tree, which is lovely. Now this does also have the option of playing music. It plays O Tannenbaum and the tree rotates. What I will do is press it, but I've got to remember when I edit this to chop the music, because I think as soon as the algorithm recognises a tune, you get demonetized, because, you know, it's an ancient medieval song. I don't even know if it would get, you know, but you know how these things are. So I press circle. If I press it again, it goes back the other way. And there you go. How very lovely and very festive. So you'll find these under Placeables. Now I've got to get this right, because I don't write stuff down all over the place. Under decoration, we've got the decorative Christmas market trees and the Christmas tree itself. 6 slots, 4 slots for the first one of each. And then we've got under, I'm going to say miscellaneous. I think it's miscellaneous. Under miscellaneous, there we go. We've got the other 2. Christmas market trees passive income is 4,000. Like I said, 60, 40 and 20. And the Christmas tree selling station is 1,000. Just there. What I was going to do, where's my Land Rover? Bear with me a second. I did cut down a tree and grab a couple of logs, one for this one and one for another one. So what we should do, I assume just put it down there. Oh, there we go. And we've sold some wood. That one is going to be needed. Actually, you know what? Let's use this for the next one, which we'll zoom through to now. So that's the Christmas Market Trees by OmaTana. Very festive. We've got this behind. This is the sawmill. Although it doesn't come up as sawmill in the actual store, but regardless of that. This is by moechtegernbauer. This is 10.62 megabytes download, 9 slots on console. I don't think we've got an option for turning anything on, but I will double check. No, just the cell wood option. And it's a lumber cell point, which is why I cut down 2 logs. Or 1 tree, cut it into 2 logs. Whoa, that's in the right place, that'll do. I got £1 more for that one than I did for the other one. Nicely detailed. Nice point for adding in if you want an extra cell point for lumber, or the map you're on doesn't have one, or again, for whatever reason you want to place one, that's entirely up to you. This is under miscellaneous. There you go, wood sales, 35,000 to buy, and as I said before, 9 slots on console. So there we go, lumber sale point by moechtegernbauer. Let's go to these ones next. Next up, we've got Slurry Sell Point and Buy Point, although it just says Slurry Sell Point. This by Vanquish081 VSR Modding Sir, 2.09 megabytes download. It's 11 slots for each. We've got a Buy Point, which is the smaller one of these, and the larger one is the Sell Point. We may have a problem though, and it's always difficult because I say that with me testing it at this point on this particular map, it could be a mod conflict with the map, it could be a problem with the mod. It's always difficult to tell. Buying doesn't seem to be a problem, but I can't sell anything. As you can see, I've placed a second one. And if we go into our menu and go across to sell points, it says, here we buy cows pee. The one we're buying from is here we sell cows pee, and then we can sell it at here we buy cows pee. And it's on there, and the slurry is showing as something we can actually sell, but it's not letting me, and I don't know why exactly. So these you'll find, I think these are under miscellaneous as well. There we go. So we've got point of sale and point of buy. The buy point, 2,500, and these are 11 slots each. And the point of sale, 5,000, and that's the one that comes up with the details on the sell point menu. So what I've done is grabbed a slurry tanker. I've got a little bit of slurry in there already, but what should happen is if I open my menu again, and sorry, I know I keep bouncing backwards and forwards. Open and close, that should come up start filling. There we go. So if I start filling, so this is the buy point. I'm now buying slurry. Actually, stop that. Here we sell cows pee. So we're buying it from here. So as we can see, we are buying it. Now I am on trailer. I've been from main vehicle to trailer. I've been backwards and forwards. I went over it once. Nothing comes up. I don't get a trigger option come up to sell. I went round it and thought, oh, is there a button I need to press? Do I need to switch it on? Do I need to do something like that? Couldn't find anything, so I thought maybe it's just the location it's placed. So I grabbed another one. Now it would be very unusual that you can't sell from a tanker. I don't know why that would be. As I'm doing now, went under the pipe thinking, well, maybe I need to be under the pipe for a more immersive thing. Still no trigger option. I've got nothing coming up allowing me to sell. So I don't know, it's a bit of a weird one. They are there, they are available. Again, you may have more luck on whatever map you're playing on. It may work no problem at all. They take up a fair bit of space. The sell point ones do. I mean, you can get the pack and just use the buy point. If you want to buy slurry for wherever you're on your farm and you haven't got animals to produce it, you might just want the buy point. But anyway, yeah, that's the slurry sell point and the buy point by Vanquish081. Moving on from there, we have got this. This is the grain storage facility. This by Lancyboi, 11.17 megabytes download. There are 2 of these. There's a green one and this sort of rust red. It doesn't call it rust red in the menu. I can't remember what it calls it. But weirdly, the green one is 27 slots and the red one's 26. I think it's that way around. I don't know why the green paint's more expensive. Nicely detailed. These are multi-fruit silos that hold, I want to say 300,000, no, it could be 500,000 litres. I'm pretty sure it's 500,000 litres of everything. When we go inside, just around the sides here, we've got light switch off and on, so we can turn lights on or off. Where we put in is just here, And where we take out is... where's the pipe? Just here, round on the side there. So we want to take out the silo. We do it from there. It's a nice size, like I say. Yeah, nicely detailed, nicely textured. Concrete looks like concrete. It's weathered and all the things you would expect. This you'll find under Placeables and Silos. So yeah, we've got the green one there, 27 slots, and then that one's 26. Don't know why. I know it says 2 there because I've already placed one. Takes pretty much everything. There may be some exceptions. It's hard to tell looking at that list, but it looks like it takes pretty much everything. 200,000 to buy, 500,000 litres capacity by Lancyboi. So while I'm on that, this one over here is also by Lancyboi. This is the twin silage shed. This is 7.7 megabytes download, 11 slots on console. This is a silage storage shed. Bunker silo, silage pit, silage clamp, however you want to refer to them. We've got one this side, fill level 0, compacting 0. And then we've got one this side, which I've put a little bit in already, which is fermenting at the moment. Again, very nicely detailed. And for 11 slots as well, when you think of all the detail around that, all the containers and the tyre, we do have lights on and off at the side here as well. Double silo, that size, 11 slots. It's amazing. Yeah, also by Lancyboi. This you will find under Placeables, under sheds. I thought it might be under silos, but it's not. It's there. There you go. Silage shed, 90,000 to buy. And 11 slots. So, oh, don't want to place the other one. There you go. By Lancyboi. Moving on from there. Let me just look. Have I missed anything? I don't think so. We've got these buildings here. This is the half-timbered building set. 36.05 megabytes download. This is by VertexDezign. We've got 3 buildings. We've got a barn, which is that one there, which you'll find under sheds. We've got that one over there, which is the barn and house, which you'll find under silos, because it has got a silo in it. And you've got this one here, which is for pigs. I think this is... well, it's under animals. I can't remember what it's listed as now. But it is a large pig pen. It will hold 20... well, I say large. It will hold 25. It's a large building, but it will hold 25 pigs. So, let's start off with this one, which is the barn, which you'll find under sheds. It is huge. Doors open and close. Like so. We do have light switches knocking around all over the place. For inside and out, we've got another over here. Door opens and closes between those 2 sections. This side is more open and also drive-through. We do have more light switches and lights over there. We have a hayloft up the top here. It's a big building, nicely detailed, nicely textured. This one is 20 slots for the first one of these. But it's a huge building. Cavernous. Large entryways as well, so you can get big machinery in there as well if you want to. Which is pretty cool. Next, we've got this one here, which is the barn and house. This is 28 slots. Unfortunately, you can't go into the house, but the house is on the side here. If we go up to it, there's no option to go inside that. But it is very nicely detailed. The silo section is here. So for putting into the silo, it's done this side. It is also drive-through. And we do have light switches on here as well. Like so. And then we've got the rest of the barn section. So you put into the silo that side and take out of the silo this side. Drive through as well if you want it to be, with light switches just over in the corner there. Like so. So the first one of those you'll find under sheds. 95,000 for the half timbered barn and 20 slots. The next one you'll find under silos, half timbered barn and house, 165 grand, 28 slots. It will hold your regular crop types. It's not a multi-fruit silo, 250,000. Then the last one we'll have a look at in here first is under animal pens, 125 grand, will hold 25 animals. And that's this one over here. Now I'll be honest, I found the trigger's a little bit finicky. The building, again, very nice, nicely detailed. The brickwork looks great. We've got this section here, so you can use it for storage, for whatever you want. Pig food pallets, feed, straw, bedding, whatever you want. Light switches on here. Door opens and closes. This one also opens and closes, as do the ones in between. So when I came through to do feed, I got to about here, I guess it was. About here when the feed trigger came up, and it was quite up close to here. You've got these little troughs, and they are alternate. So this side was where the feed went in, but it was along here a bit. A little bit further along, roughly here, was where I got the straw trigger to come up for the bedding. But I could not, for the life of me, get the water trigger to work. And I had the Case Magnum. I just bought a trailer over with water, and you see the Case Magnum over there. Our slurry point is there. So I thought, okay, well, let's try from in here. So I went to grab a smaller tractor, so I got the smaller Fendt, backed in the water trailer, and the trigger came up on the inside here. So, yeah, feed was outside, straw was outside, water trigger I got to come up here, roughly. As you can see, there is manure on the floor, so they will need mucking out. So the slurry will go in the tank, but they will need mucking out, and where you put that muck is entirely up to you. Once you have them placed, you should get that come up on the animal menu. Half-timbered pig stable, and then whatever you put in. Everything should be looking absolutely lovely. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. I'm going to keep saying it. Possibly the last of the mods for 2020. Who knows if we're going to get any more tomorrow. And it's this colossal structure. This is the Bunkersilo MVP19. This is by AgrarMaxi, 6.62 megabytes download, 9 slots on console. Now, the concrete that we're standing on now, I put down, and what I did was left a gap so you can see the concrete that you get with it. Now, actually, that just came out to here and went up the side there. So that about the side there I did myself too. But the concrete sort of comes here. But this is pretty big. I'm going to open my menu. We've got that one there. That one there. They're these massive ones. I can't imagine what these things hold. 4 or 5 millilitres, if not more. Those ones will be a bit less. Maybe 2. And then we've got 4 of these. I mean, that... No, actually, maybe not then. Those could be 4. These... 10 million? I don't know. Look at the size of them. Massive, massive Bunkersilo set. You're going to need a lot of room to place it, and that room is going to need to be really, really flat. So this you'll find under Placeables and Silos, 230,000 to buy, and I think I said there was 9 slots, wasn't it, to place on console. And that, I think, is it for today, Tuesday the 22nd of December. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.